Hello everyone, Lawrence here with some KZ earphones, and both the ZSTs and the ZASs were sent to me by HEKKA. HEKKA is a brand new web shop focusing on customer satisfaction as well as affordable shipping, and they even promise to keep your personal data safe. So if you are interested in any of these, and if you want a discount code, please check out the description where I'll put links to the ZSTs, the ZSN Pro X's and the ZASs that I've been testing for the past couple of weeks. I originally wanted a 20 euro, a 40 euro and a 60 euro in-ear, but it's apparently quite difficult to get a 40 euro one. So I already had the ZSN Pro X's, and then HEKKA sent me the ZSTs and the ZASs so that I could do this video for you guys. I'm going to just evaluate these cheap to slightly less cheap to, I guess, mid-range almost for the average consumer. I guess 61 euros is a lot of money for an in-ear to a lot of people. So we'll put these two aside for now. So the packaging for all three of these is pretty average or worse. So we're not going to talk about that too much. The main reason I like the ZSTs is because of their fit. They fit my ears perfectly. I do not notice that I'm wearing these, even with like really big memory foam ear tips on there. They come standard with standard little silicone tips, but I don't really like them as I usually use these for mountain biking and I don't want them to fly out of my ear. So with the memory foam tips, they stay in place a lot better. Now, the coolest thing I think with these is the color. It's got this nice translucent purple, and then you got this like neon blue on the back. They just look good. A lot of in-ears kind of make you look like you have a hearing aid in. Not these. These just look like really cool, really funky. And overall, I just like them a lot. Now, they are a balanced armature with a single dynamic driver. So 1 BA, 1 DD. I mean, obviously 1 BA and 1 DD in both. They sound all right, I guess, fairly flat. There's not a lot of bass extension. And the mids are just not great. It actually feels like some of the music is missing when you're listening to these. That's not something I usually experience, and I guess to a lot of people who aren't used to really high-end stuff, they'll probably sound really good, but you have to keep in mind these are 22 euros. So anyway, they come with a actually rather good cable for the price. Now, this cable is fairly thin. It's got a nice plastic coating over it, and there's no cable noise. Sometimes with in-ears, when the cable gets touched, you get the most horrific noises. With these, not so much. So they're actually fairly all right. They plug in a little bit like this. And there you go. You have your cable plugged in, and then this hooks behind your ear. Overall, the ZST's mostly good for comfort, and I really like them for that. So next up, the ZSN Pro X's. These are a whopping 23 euros, so that's 1 euro more than the ZSTs, but I do think these sound about twice as good. This may be total personal preference, but I just feel like they're slightly bassier, slightly warmer, fuller sounding, and I don't get the feeling that I'm missing as much of the music compared to like high-end headphones that I have with the ZSTs, for example. They do feel a bit hollow, whereas these, they're just nice, full sounding, and they're nice throughout the range as well. These do come with a slightly different connector, as you can hopefully see. It's incredibly hard for me to film this because I don't have a macro lens anymore, but it is a slightly different connector, and so that allows us to make some upgrades to these. A lot of YouTubers always talk about this cable. No one actually has it. So this is a Bluetooth dongle, and they connect to your earphones. So basically you can turn your 23 euro in-ears into a full wireless system if you get the right side of the cable. And then they just, god damn it, this is difficult. They just plug in like so, and now you have somewhat wireless, not the true wireless sort of stuff, but somewhat wireless in-ears. The reason I really like this, again, is because I use this for cycling. And there's nothing as annoying as having a cable dangling around all the time. And what's really cool is, just like the ZSNs, the ZASs, and many other use the same type of connector. So you can get these 23 or 60 euro in-ears while you're doing sports. And then, as you can maybe hopefully somewhat see, I am getting some sort of corrosion on this from all the sweat dripping in. which is quite disgusting. That's why I call these the sweaty buds. And the earbuds are cheap. You can just, replace them when they do wear out, or when you break them from, having a helmet over top of these, for example. But they do sound really good for the price, and I'm actually fairly happy with the ZSN. Next up, the ZASs. Now, these are more expensive, and for the price of one of these, you can probably get 3 sets of these if you use the discount in the description below. They look slightly better, I guess. You can get these in both white and in black. And while both the ZST and the ZSN Pro X have only 2 elements per in-ear, these actually have 8 in them. So you have 7 balanced armature drivers. You can hopefully somewhat see them if I hold it like this. And they also have 1 dynamic driver. These are by far the best sounding out of the 3 I have right here. In my opinion, also the best looking, especially if you get these fancy little like light gray memory foam tips. I tested all of these with memory foam tips, by the way. These just have proper bass extension, and they don't fall flat in the mids either. It's a very fun sounding with their typical KZ, I guess, sound signature. The highs are good enough, the mids somewhat recessed, but okay, and then the bass is there, like really there. So if you listen to, I guess the main artist that I really think of when I listen to these is Billie Eilish, where you have like a somewhat higher pitched voice compared with like a really low down rumbly bass. These really shine. So I really like them for that, but that's about all the good I can really say about these, because they're the worst fit of an in-ear I've ever had. KZ achieves this nice bass extension and also some of the sound staging by having this little bulge against your ear, and it's just the most horrible thing ever. I can last about 3-4 minutes wearing these because they're just uncomfortable. That's to me, of course. Everyone's ears are different, and some people may feel differently about this, but to me personally, I can't wear these. They're just too uncomfortable, which is a shame because they sound amazing for a €61 in-ear. And so all that said, my favorites out of this video are probably going to be the ZSN Pro X's. They are cheap, they are good looking, quite reliable, nice standard cable that comes with them, but also you can upgrade it to the wireless version if you want to, and they're comfortable, which for me, using these as a cheap sports in-ear, that's the most important thing. So guys, 3 product reviews in one fairly short video. If you like this style of content, please hit that thumbs up button. If you don't, hit that thumbs down button. Please subscribe, bell icon, all that sort of stuff. Leave a comment if you have any questions. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Cheers.